Hey fam, what's up? It's Eric with PewTube. I got an unboxing video for you today and just a little quick comparison of a couple of new CZs. So, without further ado, I have the new CZ P-09 C Nocturne, the new compact P-09 C. This is the copy of, or the progression of the old P-07. This is a P-07 tactical. The P-09 C has an optics rail on it now, so you can put your favorite optic on board. Suppressor height night sights, enhanced slide serrations that are significantly much more aggressive than the old P-07 models, and way more aggressive than like a CZ75 P-01 or a CZ75 PCR compact. So the PCR, this is usually my daily carry is a PCR, but I think we're going to switch over to the Nocturne. 15 round mags if you're not in a state with a stupid, unconstitutional, ridiculous mag restriction. The stippling on the side of the gun is new and I would say enhanced. It's definitely more pronounced than the older stippling and grip styles. There's more right here on the top of the grip where your thumb and your index finger would rest, and then the stippling on the side of the gun itself is also different. Comes with, in the box, two 15 round mags, like I said before. On the bottom of the actual receiver itself, it does have the cutaways, so God forbid if you were to get a magazine stuck, you can forcefully, it has the finger grooves, so you can forcefully remove it. Lanyard and interchangeable back straps to give you a total of 3 interchangeable back straps, small, medium, and large. I think it comes with the medium on it. Personally, I really like the medium one. Comes with a snap cap and an Allen wrench. 2 Allen wrenches actually, so you can take off the optics plate. This does have the Omega trigger in it, which is very nice. I would say double action is probably about 3 pounds, and then, excuse me, double action is probably about 8 pounds. Correction. I have dyslexia, but at least I don't have dyslexia. Probably about 8 pounds double action, and then single action is probably about 3. It's a nice crisp break. Reset is right there. There's probably about a quarter of the travel uptake, and then a nice crisp reset. From the factory, they do come with the decocker installed. So if you want to run it with a round in the chamber, you can leave the decocker. They also have your safety if you want to switch out the safety. There's a little bore brush, and then another little bore cleaning tool, manual, like a warranty card, and club member stuff to enter with CZ, all that stuff. There's no cool stickers. That's one thing I was bummed out. CZ used to put stickers in their cases. Overall, very nice gun. I'm gonna run it for a while. I think I'm gonna run it as my carry gun, and then I think I'm gonna set it up and put it on my battle belt and run it as a run and gun and abuse the living snot out of it. I know there's a couple other YouTubers that made some videos that they were having some malfunctions with them, so we're gonna test that. I'm gonna put it through its paces. One other thing that I found that's pretty cool that I like. Remember the old CZ cases where you'd open them and then you couldn't get them open? It was like, what the hell? But if you knew, you had to push, it says push right in the center of the case, and then you could open the old cases, which was annoying. And if you weren't a CZ aficionado, you'd always have trouble getting them open. They went away from that. Just normal, standard little clips. But they are, let me tell you, these cases are like brick shithouse stiff. They're not brick shithouse cases. I mean, they're cheap plastic roto-molded cases, but the latches are like, holy crap, I don't know if they don't want you getting the gun out of there or what. Good Lord. I'm gonna need an Allen wrench out of there, and you'll see why in a minute. So, I was curious if I took my P-07T that I've had for a long time, and I was curious if the mags are interchangeable, first of all. So, they are. In fact, you can get a +2 from P-07Ts, and the last round slide hold open works no problem as well. So there's no issues with the mags. I love that. So interchangeability is always a plus. I think these actually look absolutely identical, besides the little +2. For the most part, really, the P-07 and the P-09 Nocturne are almost identical, besides slide serrations, optics cuts, and locations of the iron sights. So they're the same width. I'll just show you my PCR real quick. It's honestly, I think it's pretty dang close, if not a little skinnier maybe than the PCR. And then the P-01, definitely significantly lighter, being a polymer frame. These are aluminum frame guns, and they are much, much heavier. But to be honest with you, you know, the Nocturne is, I think, just a little bit skinnier. You get the front of the slide and the front of the receiver is like tapered, so easier transitions out of a holster. One thing I noticed right away is the slide release has got like a tapered little transition on the side that I thought was interesting. All of my other normal CZs that I'm used to, not that I usually run the slide release because you shouldn't, but in case you do, these are much more pronounced and stick out a lot farther, especially on the PCR. The PCR is much, much, much more pronounced, if you can tell. I don't think it's going to be an issue at all, but I noticed that, you know, if you got really sweaty fingers, it might be an annoyance. However, I digress. The P-07 and P-09, just looking at them, almost identical. So let's get curious here. Let's take this gun apart. We'll take the slide off of there, and then let's take this gun apart as well. So P-09 and P-07, we'll get this out of the way. We'll take the slide off of there. Overall, looking at the receivers, they are, with the Omega triggers, almost identical. I don't really see anything crazy. You still get the interchangeable back straps with the old generation P-07. Let's see if, so on my P-07T I have a a suppressor, a barrel for a suppressor. Let's see if the slide will go on this gun. Yeah. So, no issues thus far. Sorry, bear with me. GSL Stealth. Let's throw a can on here just to... Yeah, perfectly fine. Gonna be just like the P-07. Shit. Why not use and abuse your suppressors, right? Let's do one more thing. Let's try... I noticed the extractor on here is a little... gets just snags on the slide. I don't know why that is. My other... Oh, I think this is just worn in. Yeah, there's like a little bit of paint on the extractor that is more pronounced than on the P-07, or this gun is just worn in enough. Let me do a quick... see if this slide fits on here. Again, if you like CZs, they have internal slide rails, so the actual rails of the slide are inside the gun. A lot of people say, I feel it's lower reciprocating mass, lower, your barrel is lower, which helps with recoil impulse. Big CZ fans say that. Personally, I notice a little bit of a difference, but not too much. Yeah, the Nocturne slide fits just fine on a 07 without issue. One more thing. Oh, I guess this is hanging up on that extractor a little bit. Maybe it's just got to get worn in. One other thing I want to try is I would like to see if these barrels are the same, and I think they are. Oh yeah, the barrels are identical, besides obviously the 1/2x28 cut for rifling. I'm gonna say the twist is different on the suppressor barrel. Oh yeah, you can see with your eyeball that the twist is different, but I don't know how much it is. Yeah, everything with the barrels is the same. So let's see if a threaded P-07T barrel fits in to... Yeah, it does fit. I don't know why it was a little bit finicky. Maybe this gun's just got to get run in. I don't know. I'm definitely going to run it in, that's for sure. Again, there's just a tiny, just ever so slight little bit of slack in that extractor, and it doesn't help that my fingers now have oil on them, because this gun is brand new and came from the factory, and they oiled the ever living shit out of it, which is completely unnecessary. Yeah, I mean yeah, we're going to put... So I'm going to just order a P-07T barrel, throw it in the P-09 C Nocturne, so we can throw a can on it, because I'm going to definitely want to run this gun suppressed, that's for sure, with an optic. Most definitely. That's one thing I really missed about this gun is I was going to have it optic cut, but you can only cut them so deep because of the hammer safety and everything that's inside the slide. But I would say that's pretty cool looking. And then yeah, you're gonna have to shoot through those sights. With an optic on it, I think it'll be fine though. I don't see any issues. So let me put this aside. My suppressor's probably gonna roll away and fall on the ground. It feels good. I mean, I don't see or feel anything that would cause, you know, it's not gonna blow up in your face. That the barrels they look identical, so. And if this one fits in there, it's obviously the regular, yeah, the P-09 will fit in the P-07 just fine, flush. So let's put this back with their respective original guns before we dicker with anything more. I'm supposed to put this back on here. Oh. Sorry. My recoil spring got caught on something. I think, from what I'm seeing, I think this gun, I think it's just going to need to be run in. I know CZ, a lot of times, all their old guns I know, like the metal guns, they run them in the factory. So they shoot quite a few rounds through them. I don't know how many rounds. Comment down below if you know how many rounds they shoot through them at the factory and run them in before they're delivered. To respective suppliers and dealers. I wonder if they stopped doing that. I'm genuinely curious. So if anybody from CZ, etc. knows, please comment down below, let us know. Let me put the P-07T back together. I really like this gun. It's a great shooter. The bore axis on all these is their big claim to fame, that there's so much of a, you know, a lower bore axis, but I really do feel that that is a thing when you get, you know, enough rounds downrange to where you're comfortable with many different firearms, that you'll notice a difference. Yeah, so compared to the, I have a progressive recoil spring in both of these guns, and these got a couple Cajun Gunworks parts in them, but for the most part, they're very similar. This has an Omega trigger. The P-07T has an Omega trigger. The PCR does not. That is just a Cajunized, I think it's a Cajun Gunworks trigger. I honestly can't remember. I have too many of them. Isn't that sad? Sounds like a first world problem. Yeah, same trigger. Exactly the same. I really love the PCR. I don't think the recoil spring holes on the front of the slide are completely different, so you're not going to be able to put a progressive recoil spring in here yet. There is no... The one thing that I love about the PCR is there is no chamber indicator on the Nocturne. That's one thing I love about the PCRs, is they have the little loaded chamber indicator, so you can always, if it's in your holster, you can just look down or you can feel it with your thumb and know that for sure you got a round in battery ready to go. But weight-wise, I got a loaded magazine here. These guns were clear. So with a loaded magazine, this gun's heavy. In the Nocturne, oh, the magazines lock up, so I wonder if it would, I bet you it would work. It seems like it would. Yeah, with a fully loaded 15-round mag, way more of a weight difference. I should have brought a scale out to say exactly, but significant difference with that. So if you guys got more questions about comparing some CZs, I got a couple of shadows, but I don't have them with me right now. Let's throw an optic on this. I got a Romeo 0 just because I had it laying around in the box. I used to like Romeo 0s a lot, and then sorry SIG, I think their quality went down a little bit. I'm gonna throw a Holosun on it, on here. It'll probably be a little bit taller than I want, a little bit fatter, but this is a T20 Torx, just in case you're wondering. Wow, that plate is, I wonder if there's some reasoning for reciprocating mass that is so heavy. The top plate is weirdly heavy. It's not like tungsten or anything, it's just seems heavy. Let's rip this open. And before I get my grubby, dirty ass hands all over this from touching a dirty suppressor and a oily new gun. Wipe that crap off real quick. This is just a 3 MOA dot. We'll put something different on it. But this is just for now, just to get rocking and rolling. Battery is a CR1632. If I can get it out of the case. Holy crap. Sorry guys, I should have done this ahead of time. Let's take a lithium battery and let's use a knife to open up the case and puncture the lithium and start a fire, right? No, don't do that. Stupid idea. I will have, or just throw it on the floor. Sorry, hang on. Battery is rolling away from me. Wow, that could have been easier. I don't know. I don't remember what the polarity is with these, to be honest. I'd assume that they snap in like this. Let's see. I'm sure ground's on the gun. These will take any micro red dot. No power. I think I have the polarity reversed. So yeah, guys, I had the polarity reversed. So these batteries go in opposite of what you would think they would go. So they go positive down, which is kind of weird and kind of annoying, but whatever. Another thing real quick that I love, these screws are pre-Loctited, which is always a handy dandy little thing. So you don't have to squirt Loctite all over and make a huge freaking mess. So I'm gonna put this on here. Got our sticky tape, we got all that cleaned. A fun fact about Loctite is, I never knew this, but Loctite actually works in an anaerobic environment. It actually hardens in an anaerobic environment. So anaerobic environments, or the word anaerobic means without oxygen. Aerobic means with oxygen. So when it's in an aerobic environment or with oxygen, i.e. sitting in the tube or sitting in the vial or bottle, and it's exposed to oxygen, it will not harden. So back to Loctite real quick. Those threads, they're in an anaerobic environment. So with no oxygen, without oxygen, they harden, which is something I never knew, which is pretty sweet. So we got a red dot that's illuminated, and we can co-witness. We're gonna rack the slide with the optic. We're gonna put this gun through some tests. I'm gonna get a P-07T barrel so we can run a suppressor on it, and I'm gonna get some more mags because mags are pretty hard for these to find. So we'll have some +2 mags and then a can on it because everybody loves shooting suppressed. Let me know what you guys think down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what else you want to see. I got a shooting video coming up with this pretty soon. Thanks, guys. Peace.